Okay, I'd just like to show you now how to set up a Google Calendar, which is an online shared calendar. You may have seen something similar in Microsoft Outlook. You may already use something like that for meetings and things. The reason to have a Google one is because anybody can set one up. So it doesn't depend on what kind of setup you have in your workplace. And it becomes very useful if you're organizing meetings or events between people at very different locations. It saves a lot of emailing backwards and forwards or phone calls to get details. You can see if people are using it all correctly. You can see when people are busy and when they're not, and set meetings in the gaps. Okay, so if you've already set up a Google account, you can use that to sign in. Actually, first of all, go to Google Calendar here in the main menu on the top left. Okay, and if you're not signed in, you'll need to. So use the one I set up earlier. 73 at gmail.com. Okay, just going to turn that off. Right, now the first time you do this, you've got a Google account, as you can see here, but it's just going to check some of your details for the calendar. So it should remember from your login your first and last name. You're in Australia. You can change that if you want, but I don't see why you would. And the time zone, unfortunately, defaults to Perth. So remember to go to this drop-down arrow. And assuming you are in Melbourne or Sydney, change that to the right time zone. Okay, and click Continue. And that will send you to a fresh new calendar. Okay. What you will see here, what you'll see here is the calendar. Okay, you're here under My Calendar. You'll see your test email at gmail.com. Okay. The only other thing that's in there at the moment is Australian holidays. So what you see here is your full calendar. You've got the month. Okay. And you've got along here you can view by day, week, month, 4 days at a time. Your agenda is anything you've put in there. So all we've got in there at the moment is public holidays. Okay. So to add something in here, just to put in your own events or meetings or details just for you, all you need to do is click on the day you want. Let's say we're going to have something on the 16th. Let's say it's going to be at 9 o'clock. Okay. So you find that cell, click there once. Okay. And go to Edit Event Details. And you put in what it is. Oops, can't type. My meeting. You can click in here to change the time from and to. Okay. If this is something just one-off, you want does not repeat, but you can also set that to be at this time every day, at this time every weekday. You can set which days, you can make it weekly or monthly or yearly. So you only need to put it in once if it's a reoccurring thing. Okay, in here you put the location. That calendar is yours, you don't need to change that. If there's any kind of description you want to go with it, you can type that in here. Okay, now down here, these are the reminders you'll get. You get an email 10 minutes before and a pop-up window 10 minutes before reminding you of this. You can change that. If you want to change the number here, you could make it you could make that 20 minutes before. You can make it 20 hours before, but you probably wouldn't want to. If you don't want that at all, if you don't want to get these reminders, you just click on remove and it turns them off. Okay. And in most cases, you'll just want to stick with the default down here. It's unlikely you want to make that a public thing. Okay. And save that. Okay. So now you'll see in your calendar's color, it's blocked out on that day. If you want to check any of the details of that, you can double click to open it. And you can go back into this screen. Okay. And to get back out, you click on save. Okay, so that's essentially how to put a event in. In a further video, we'll look at how to get other people's calendars in there.